Hello, and welcome to For Better or Worse, a movie and TV podcast, the podcast where we review movies and TV. Follow us on Instagram at FBOW_podcast so you can see reels and like posts, and subscribe to us on YouTube at FBOW Podcast to see shorts and full episodes. Show your support there and tell us you like us. I'm Toby.
I'm Gino.
And today we're talking about Jordan Peele's Nope.
That's the end of the episode. Bye. Yeah. See you later.
God, we're hilarious.
All right. It's hard to talk about this movie in general without spoilers. So just real quick, Toby, for better or worse, non-spoilers. What'd you like?
Okay. I wrote it down because you wanted me to take notes.
Okay, so I'll go first.
You go first because I'm finding them.
So the best way I can explain this is that I liked all of the individual aspects of this movie. Like the cinematography was good. The music was good. The mystery, the premise. I really like the premise, which I think I would have liked this more if I hadn't seen the premise in the trailer.
I agree.
We saw a trailer, I think, before Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
And it kind of told you the whole movie, and that kind of ruined it, I think, a little bit for me.
Yeah, I'd say the first trailer that they put out where everything was a mystery, so good. Like, you weren't even sure what the scary was, but you just knew something was scary. Yeah. And in the second trailer, right, the longer one,
they tell you the premise, which, like, I guess, like, trailer spoilers right now. It's a group of people, they own a ranch, and they live near Hollywood.
Let's cut to the chase.
Brother and sister.
They essentially want to capture this alien on film.
Right. So an alien shows up, and it
becomes, like, less scary and more, I don't know, a regular movie, I guess, is what my issue was.
You kept comparing it to Jaws.
Yeah, well, I'll get into it.
Okay, so for better or worse.
Rushing me. For better. I'm waiting for a movie where we're like, yeah, I guess Thor was like, yes, for better. It was for better. Like, yeah, I'd watch it again.
Initially, we walked out of the theater, we didn't like it. I think I'm starting to come around on it.
No, I don't think didn't like it is the right.
So, like, for better.
For better, exactly.
For better.
We didn't come out of the theater feeling a certain type of way. Like that energy that you feel from a movie that you really love.
Like Get Out, I liked a lot.
Right. Did we see that in theaters? Or we watched?
I think I Get Out on my own, or maybe you made me watch it.
I watched it with you.
At home. Yeah.
Yeah, but we didn't, like, I know that for me, when a movie is wonderful, I leave the theater, like, with some sort of, like, spark in my heart, you know?
Yeah.
Like, whether it's scary or good or lovely, I don't know. Like, Elvis left me with, like, a good feeling.
I like this more than Elvis.
Interesting.
Yeah. All right, cool. For better. Spoilers happening now.
We got to do it.
Spoiler review, because it's hard to talk about it without spoilers. So, Toby.
Okay.
You did all the professional notes work.
I did.
Such a professional. Go ahead. Tell us your thoughts.
Okay. So we'll probably end up going back and forth. Ugh, they're all.
You messed them all up.
I got it.
Yeah, no. So. Oh, you got it? You fixed it? Sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Gosh, no patience here.
Because there was all the iPad was all.
I know. Okay. So the first thing that I want to talk about is that it's not your typical Alien movie.
No.
Where Alien isn't even really my genre of movie. Like,
I'm a big sci-fi dude.
But sci-fi, yeah, and I'm not. So, like, Alien, the movie, right, with Sigourney Weaver back in, the 80s, was, I would say, more horror than just, like, science fiction. And that's my type of thing. Like,
this is less of a horror movie than his previous movies.
And that's what I think lost me, because I was expecting more horror, more gore, and while we did get raining blood and, like, people being eaten, the, like, fear wasn't there for me.
I also like the idea, which is not typical, that the ship was the alien.
It was cool.
Like, they see the ship, and then he figures out the ship is actually the alien. Which they stole from Mass Effect. I'm going to bring that up. Toby has never played Mass Effect.
I don't get it.
So Mass Effect, spoilers for Mass Effect 1. There's a big giant ship that they just assume is like some ancient ship. Turns out the ship is the alien. And then they kill everybody. Which
I kind of wish. So, like, for me, since I didn't know, it was just, like, out of the blue, like, I don't think it's a ship. I think it's
a predator.
A predator.
Yeah.
I want to figure it out. Like, I don't want you to tell me that it's a predator.
Okay, I get it.
So, like, because there's this scene, right? Okay, so, like, the crazy scene where they're at that, like, country show and the monster, the alien, like, sucks everybody up. And it's, like, essentially an esophagus, right? That's, like...
It's all, like, mushy and, yeah.
Right, so essentially they're being, like, sucked up through the esophagus. They're going to go to the mouth, whatever gets digested. I that wasn't clear to me as it probably should have been.
That's why they said it in the script.
Right, but that's what I want to figure it out.
Yeah, I guess. And also I think the theme here, the whole premise is that once they figure out that it's kind of like a wild animal, this alien, and they have experience with animals, that they're then able to like trick it into doing stuff.
Right. They use a lot of horse analogies, like where you break a horse, you're going to break the alien, you're going to get it do what you want it to do.
What did you think of the random monkey? I
wrote notes on that.
I cannot believe I just called it a monkey.
I know. You should be ashamed of yourself.
All the time. It's not a monkey. It's a chimp.
It's an ape.
Chimps are a type of ape. What do you think of that whole? Because there's like these random scenes of them showing this chimp.
So
am I skipping way ahead in your notes?
No, it's fine. I didn't like it. I thought it was excess because now we're okay. So now we have like a dumb backstory for a character that dies halfway through.
Stephen Yeun.
Who is from Walking Dead? Anybody?
That's where I recognized him.
Yeah, of course. Where have you been?
I stopped watching Walking Dead.
Oh my God, he gets smacked. He dies because what's his face hits him with the nail bat.
Yeah, whatever. Oh, he dies? Spoilers.
Oh, sorry. Walking Dead, like season 4, 5.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So Stephen Yeun he owns like a ranch.
His like nickname is June.
You find out that for the last 6 months, he's been doing a show with the alien spaceship Predator where he feeds it horses. And somehow no one has found out about.
That was also unclear to me.
And that, because he had the spaceship, he had like the memorabilia.
No, I guess they had all that alien stuff, but like it was unclear that he'd been doing it for like, because he said like, we're having our big reveal on Friday.
Oh, so maybe that was the first time.
So no, but it wasn't the first time because because the dad died 6 months ago because the alien like threw up the inanimate objects
from the people that
people it ate.
And then also like OJ, Daniel Kaluuya's character had been selling him the family's horses after the dad died to keep the ranch in business. Did he know that the horses were being eaten?
There's no way, because he wanted to buy them back.
Oh, yeah.
So he had no idea.
So he didn't know.
So anyway, I don't think Stephen Yeun's character, June, needed a backstory. Because
I have something to say about that.
Okay. We missed out on other really cool stuff. Like, we could have seen the characters interacting more instead of seeing more Gordy, this chimpanzee. Yes, I get it. We can't control things.
I think that was the theme they were going for, that you can't control animals, which, okay, fine.
Do that with the horses.
I also think, and maybe because you have a little bit less experience with these movies, this was Jordan Peele's way of doing like a Quentin Tarantino thing. I was getting a lot of Quentin Tarantino vibes. Because when you watch his movies, he'll have like random cutaways to like these
I did watch,
scenes and backstories.
Hollywood, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
And remember they just like randomly start going and talking about like...
Yes.
Those, right, so like, I think this was Jordan Peele's like... I'm going to do a Tarantino. So it's like you get this very long, I would say like maybe 15 minutes in the movie where they go and show like just this whole random backstory of Stephen Yeun. He was a child actor on a sitcom with a chimp, and then the chimp goes crazy and then kills everybody. And then they never bring it up again.
Which is also, all right, coming from a zoologist standpoint that worked at a zoo, you have to have somebody on set with a trank. Stop it.
Oh my God. Like several trank. Also, maybe like don't work with chimps.
Right. But like, it was the 90s. It's not like you're working in the 50s where like, I don't know, tranks are hard to come by. Ridiculous that nobody's just on set with a trank.
A chimp shouldn't have been able to kill literally everybody except for one person.
Or like, not even kill, like maybe mangle their face or whatever, but like, stop.
Well, they did show. So, okay, here's the thing I was also disappointed by, speaking of the chimp thing. So in the trailer for this movie, the first trailer, they show the lady in the audience with the weird face, and you assume like, oh, that's an alien lady. That's a scary lady. No, it's just a random person that Stephen Yeun is friends with that got her face ripped off by the chimp.
I mean, like on a random co-star.
But it has nothing to do with the actual
any of the story.
It's just like, what is it, like trailer bait? Like they put it in for the trailer?
Yes, it's super trailer bait because you give me a ghost face like that, I'm a demon girl. Like, I'm a ghost girl. I'm coming to see that movie.
I knew it was aliens from the first show, but like, yeah. Like,
but like, I don't know, maybe they like suck the blood from your body and they like put you back.
Gets rid of your lips.
Right, like, so Yeah. Like, I didn't appreciate that.
Yeah, so are we too dumb for this movie? Is that the problem?
So, like, I was reading
Is there
about...
something we're not getting here?
I was reading about, like, the themes of the movie and, like, other parts of it. And...
So what were the themes that you read about?
Okay, so one of them that I see and I agree with was the erasure of... So, the erasure. Just want to make sure people understand.
Erasure, like an
erasure. Yeah.
Yes.
Of Black history from, I guess, specifically in here, like cinema. So, right, so they refer back to that first clip of a black man riding a horse.
That was like the first ever motion picture ever.
So he was the first black actor, director, like horse wrangler, whatever. And nobody knew his name. And it happened to be their like very far back grandfather.
It was their great-great-great-great-grandfather.
Right. So like being forgotten and erased out of history, I see that, but people were connecting that to their need to get the alien on film, which I think is very loose because, like, the way I saw it, they needed to get the alien on film to get money for the clip so they could
Well, they
keep
wanted
their
money
farm.
and they wanted clout. They wanted to be on Oprah. They wanted the Oprah clip.
Yeah, but essentially they wanted the Oprah clip because they didn't want to lose their farm because they weren't making money.
Yeah, I didn't put those two things. Like they didn't get enough recognition, or their great-great-great-great-grandfather didn't get enough recognition, so they needed recognition.
Exactly. Neither did I.
So yeah, I didn't put that. I mean, like, we're both very white, so maybe it's like not.
I mean, if you're gonna connect it to any like parts of society, I guess them being so stuck on getting proof of an alien could be just taken back to, like, I don't know, the way black people are treated before they had proof. And so like
Proof
like
of what?
Police brutality kind of stuff. So like they like
I didn't see that at all.
but that's what I'm saying.
And compared to like Get Out had like very explicit and like very in your face, like racial.
So like, are we dumb? Do we need it in your face?
We weren't dumb enough to understand Get Out. Or sorry,
no, we were smart enough to understand.
But
that
Get
was
Out,
in your face.
But that was like, yeah, they're literally taking over black bodies. I get it. And it's like white liberals, yada yada yada.
And like,
are we the white liberals from Get Out who don't understand?
Sincerely hope not. I'm just right. Like I felt like there was supposed to be more to this movie, but I didn't get it.
I'm getting the feeling that there is more to this movie that I'm not getting.
So there was another thing that I read that like capitalism takes part of this. Like it was like a lot of stuff that had to do with like cinema, and maybe it's because we're just not in that world. Like, sorry, we're not famous actors, and we're not.
It is one of those like Hollywood circle jerk kind of movies.
Exactly.
Where it's like in Hollywood, they're a Hollywood thing. They do the horses for Hollywood.
Right.
It's all about cameras and getting that moment. And there's like the cinematographer.
Exactly.
So it's one of those, like, again, kind of Tarantino-y kind of thing.
So like we don't get it because we're
from New York. Forget about it.
Sorry, I like go to baseball games.
I'm walking here.
Listen, I auditioned for Hannah Montana, you guys. I just want to point that out there. Tried to be in acting.
So we have a very anti-Hollywood bias.
Boo, Hollywood.
Boo.
You know who you hired instead of me? Haley Joel Osment's sister.
Ugh, she sees
I would have
people.
been great.
Who would you would have played?
The best friend.
I don't never seen her.
I don't remember what her name is.
Maybe that's why we like Marvel so much, because Marvel is very New York centric.
Of course. Give me anything New York based and I'm watching it.
Are
but
we
like
finding our biases?
Oh, I found them already.
Oh, okay.
I mean, like, stuff. Okay, and I'm going to talk about another bias with this in a sec. But just so like that kind of theme, like if you're talking about Hollywood, it's over my head. I don't get it.
Yeah.
So like we're going to watch the movie for what it is. And that's a monster movie. Because you guys, it's a monster movie.
Yes.
So I have way more experience with monster movies than my dear sweet husband. Because he has never seen Jaws.
I've probably seen it like on Channel 11 at like, 11 o'clock on a Sunday. Like the TV, but I don't remember seeing it.
Okay. So
I haven't seen it as an adult.
So the answer is no.
There's a big shark.
Have you seen Alien?
No.
Okay, great. Have you seen... Okay, so this one he hasn't seen. And one of my favorite monster movies, you guys don't judge me, is Lake Placid. Do you know what the monster is in that movie?
The Loch Ness Monster.
No.
Bigfoot.
No.
I don't know.
An alligator.
Oh.
Oh my God. Such a good movie.
What are the themes in that?
I don't know. One of them is like this lady, so here tries to tame the alligator. She feeds it, which like is an issue.
Is a thing in this movie as well.
Is a thing in this movie as well, where you like try to tame this beast that like you think you're better than, you think you can control, and then it goes crazy and like eats everybody and 40 people go missing. So like this felt like Jaws or like a monster movie to me, mostly because like it was a monster. Like it wasn't aliens, it wasn't like a form of intelligent life. It was a monster.
In this movie. Yeah, which like other people, so like
you're gonna bring it up.
Logan Paul is confused about this movie, which is why I feel like I have to like this movie because Logan Paul doesn't like this movie.
Well,
and he's like, "How would an intelligent alien race?" I'm like, I think they made it pretty clear in the movie that this was not an intelligent alien race.
Right.
It was a animal predator thing
because like
that just happened to be able to shapeshift and travel through space.
His issue was like, why? Like, if it can shapeshift and it can travel through space and it can turn off electromagnetic, fields. Why
burp number 2 in the podcast.
Why can't it differentiate between a human or an organism and an inanimate object?
And that'd be like me saying, "Oh, look, pigeons can use the magnetic field of the Earth to travel around the planet. Why don't they know how to invent a spaceship?" And it's like that's just a thing they can do.
Right, like sharks, or like you have predators that can change their color, and they still are gonna bite a pencil. Like,
so I think it happened to evolve the ability to travel through space. That is not a smart thing. It's just like a predator that has that ability.
Right, it's just a predator.
Logan.
So a lot of the things that he said were like basic questions, like no offense, buddy. Great job in wrestling.
You did a good job in SummerSlam.
You did a really good job in SummerSlam. But like the questions that you were asking were like, not the best. But like I would agree with you that like the feeling for this wasn't there. Anyway. So how it compares to Jaws, right? My fellow monster people. In Jaws, you have this thing wreaking
havoc, yes, on a beach.
People start going missing. And in this movie, like you hear in the background, like hikers go missing, like something here is happening. And then you discover what's doing it. And you get a band together and you go try and capture it. You have to draw it in. That whole part where they had to try and lure it in was awesome.
Yeah, that was all cool.
There should have been just like more of that scary, that like drama. The TMZ guy was great throwing him in there.
That was confusing because that was weird because he kept saying all this weird stuff.
I mean, like,
there's a theme with that guy that I'm not understanding. The guy on the motorcycle.
It's like the theme.
Did you get the shot? Did you get the shot?
Well, so do you remember that first quote, that Bible verse?
Yeah.
That was like, I don't know. You're gonna suffer. I'm gonna make it a spectacle.
Yes.
So like how like these awful things happen in the world, and they get broadcast, and like that brings in views, that brings in money. So like. I mean, like, we're not doing awful things.
That you guys know of.
Oh, my God. But seriously. So, like, he like, really wanted to capture this thing that was eating everybody. But, like, essentially, like, obviously he got eaten.
Yes.
And did they get it on film? I don't know. They lost all the footage anyway.
They did, yeah. The only shot, well, we saw when Angel, the Best Buy guy, the Fry's Computers, I don't know if that's a real computer store or not. I think it is. I think Fry's Computers is real. It's like their version of Micro Center.
Okay.
When he gets launched by the thing, you see the film canisters rolling with him, so maybe they got the video footage. Yeah, and also, like, why did the camera guy kill himself?
So
the cinematographer.
Another thing about the cinematographer that I saw was that like you have these black people that were trying to do something, but they needed a white person to help them get it, or like.
So then why did he kill himself?
I think so. Well, that's unrelated. I think he killed himself because he was crazy. Like literally, he was like, "We don't deserve the impossible
shot," and then he kills himself.
And then, like, well, he, like, goes to get the impossible shot, but, like, you're gonna get killed. But also...
He also was watching, whenever they showed him, he was on his little editing machine watching, like, predators kill each other. So, like, and then when he died, he was trying to get a shot of the predator eating him. So is that what he wanted? Like, he wanted a shot of the
impossible
of the eating
shot?
happening?
I thought that was, like... I don't know.
I felt this way after, what was his last movie? Jordan Peele's last movie.
Was it not Us?
Okay, thank you, Us. Where it's like one of those movies where they have to make a YouTube video. Like someone's going to make a YouTube, like Vice or one of those companies that make all those YouTube videos, where they're going to interview him and then be like, what was the meaning of this? And he'll just be like, yep, that was it. Like there was a couple of those videos after Us where there's a bunch of interviews with Jordan Peele of him like confirming and denying fan theories.
What does that have to do with this? I'm confused.
I feel like it's the same thing where it's like, I'm not getting this movie.
Oh, I see.
Jordan Peele, please sit down with me and explain.
Right, like if you could come in
and then
here,
I'll probably like it better.
Of course, and I don't dislike it. I liked it, but I think my issue was I wanted it to be scarier. I went into a movie that I thought was going to be scary, and it wasn't.
See, I wasn't going into it. I didn't think it was going to be a horror movie. Once we saw the premise that it was going to, in the trailer, that it was going to be them trying to get pictures of it, I knew it wasn't going to be like a horror movie.
Well, then I thought it was going to be funnier.
I don't care.
I thought it was going to be... So, Gino and
Key and Peele, Tobes.
It is, though.
Listen, we like to think we're funny people, and our podcast is very not funny.
I know, it is not funny.
No one laughs during our podcast.
So sorry, everyone.
So I don't blame Key. He doesn't have to make everything funny.
Yeah, but my issue is, all right, guys, again, critiquing here, right? Put your hand on critiquing.
You didn't think What's-Her-Face was funny, the sister? Keke Palmer?
I didn't think she wasn't funny, but, like, I think dialogue is... Like, there was no outright, I'm a hilarious character kind of thing.
Would argue that, I think maybe some people would say that it was probably too much humor for this movie.
And I disagree.
You think it needed more humor?
I think because of the premise. Because the premise is funny. Like,
it's a ridiculous premise.
It's a ridiculous premise. Like, oh, there's this thing that's eating people. Let's get more shots of it.
Let's take pictures of it to get famous.
Exactly. And if you're not going to go by the scary aspect of it, then you have to hit it somewhere else. And it's not going to be dramatic. Like, I thought the scene where, and I can't remember if it was right after the people got eaten at the place where the alien goes over them and then, like, spits out all the blood.
That is right after, yes.
Okay, right? So that was, like, scary because you have Daniel Kaluuya OJ driving back with the horse in his thing. And, right, and he's going back and he's, like, looking through the window. It's raining, and you just see this, like, red dye in the middle where the alien is dumping all the blood.
Spitting out all the stuff he doesn't want.
And all the stuff he doesn't want. Drink the blood, bro. There's a lot of nutrients in that.
I think it's just coming out with the stuff. He's spitting out, like, the metal, the keys.
Yeah, like, real gross. Yeah. So that was, like, very scary. You don't know what's going to happen. And then you have that little bit of humor where he, like, opens the door, looks up, goes...
He looks at the camera, he says, nope.
Nope. I don't know why you never let me do the punchline.
Sorry. I'm a bad podcast
I'm all prepared. I'm like, I got it. I'm setting up my timing. Nope. That's it. That's what you say then in my jokes. Nope.
Yep. That's what I said in all your jokes.
He does.
Yeah, nope. I don't know. I don't know if I needed more. I guess maybe I could have used more humor, but I don't know. I feel like I should have liked this movie and I didn't, and I don't know why. And that's what's bothering me. And I think I felt the same way about Us.
I think I liked Us.
We liked Us. You liked Us.
No, I liked Us more than you, I believe.
Okay.
But I don't know why.
You liked Us.
I liked Us because I liked the message. Also, it was scary. Like, it was scary. Us was scary. You have this creepy doppelganger family that can't speak, comes in, knows how to murder.
Does all the murders,
just killing people left and right in a scary way and takes over. That, and the music was, that's another thing that I had an issue with. So, like, Jaws.
Isn't that a John Williams movie?
Wait. But, maybe. But, like, Jaws, Jurassic Park, like, those kind of monster movies, you have that music that builds up to the alien. That's what even in Us had really clear music. Like, can you hear it in your head? Because I can.
Yeah, it was in the trailer.
I can't do it.
Yeah, because they took that, like, 90s R&B song. I forgot what and they made, yeah.
But, like, so clear.
The only musical beat I remember in this being, like, great was when
we were both
they took the picture of the alien. She blew the alien up with the Bob's Big Boys, like, floaty thing. You know what I mean? Like, what's that? From Austin Powers. Remember in Austin Powers, he goes up in a ship that looks like the
a phallus.
Bob's Big Boy. No, the other ship. It looks like a Bob's Big, whatever. So they blow up the alien, and then you see her reacting to her brother, and her brother pulls up in the dust on the horse.
Oh, that was a great
and they play
shot.
And they play that like Western thing.
I think
that was the only musical beat that I was like, okay, cool.
Right. There was like, the music was good. I did like the music. I thought I really liked the music.
Nothing stood out though.
Right.
Except for that.
Exactly. So like nothing was like, oh, the monster's coming kind of thing. But like, again, I'm a monster movie person. Like, you got to give me that monster music. Like, we saw the Halloween trailer and they just played the they didn't even play all of it.
Well, we also made fun of Miss Marvel for playing the X-Men theme.
But like,
and Doctor Strange for playing to make it like to slap you in the face with obvious.
Right, but like what I'm saying is just like you need that reoccurring theme, that sound to like make like generate that feeling. Like when again in a Halloween trailer, they literally play 2 beats of the music and you're like, this is Halloween, I know what it is.
Psh, it's Halloween.
Right, but like they aren't playing the whole thing. So I feel like this just needed its own music.
Motif, I think is what they call it.
I don't know.
Musical motif.
You don't know.
I know.
He knows. He took music theory.
I did music theory.
Did you?
Yeah, I didn't learn much, but I took it like twice in high school.
You're very talented.
I think I took it in college.
Okay, what else did I write? One part that I did really enjoy being an SNL fan was when Steven Yeun's character talks about the SNL clip of Gordy.
Also, would SNL have made a skit about a massacre that happened? Like, I mean, like tens of people dying, and they're like, let's make a skit.
Probably shouldn't have. But like the fact that they were like on a guest star, Daryl Hammond, Chris Kattan played Gordy. I was like, I can see
Jordan Peele. You like SNL?
But so do I. Like that spoke to me. I literally watched episodes of all that last night. Like, give me all the sketch comedy, please. So that I thought was funny.
So your thing you liked about the movie is the one scene where they described an SNL sketch.
Well, because also like
they mentioned actors you like.
Who hasn't described an SNL sketch? You haven't?
I don't think you like this movie. If that's the best you can think of, I don't think you like this movie.
I just thought it was a fun part. No, I loved all the monster stuff. I wish there was more freaking monster stuff. Like, I needed less Gordy. If you're gonna give me this like weird town, like weird neighbor country show, whatever. Like, I want to see them doing, like, I want to see, like, in Lake Placid, you see her feeding the alligator before the alligator, like, I don't know, and then the alligator goes crazy. Like,
yeah, well, they never showed the thing eating anyone until, like, towards the end.
Right.
But then it also would have revealed that it's a predator and not.
I mean, no, it could have been, like,
that was a twist.
It still felt like it was beaming them up.
Yeah.
Instead of, like, I also thought that the mouth was not scary.
It was just like a big old opening, like a octopus, like a squid.
Yeah, but like it's scarier.
And then it just kind of got mushed by like obvious rubber and lights. Like it wasn't like you saw them getting sucked up and like mushed.
Yeah, I liked them getting sucked up and mushed.
I also like that like they were still screaming inside of it.
That was spooky.
That was spooky. That was cool.
Right, like that was cool that you could still hear them. Like
everything about this movie is good, but for some reason. When you put it together, it's like less than the sum of its parts.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it needs a rewatch. We gotta just like.
Maybe we just need higher IQs. I don't think we're smart enough.
Right, like I was reading everybody's reactions on Twitter, and everybody loved it.
We know Twitter is always correct. Is this the first time we like feel like we should have liked a movie and we don't?
I don't think so.
Because we're usually pretty confident in not liking stuff.
I know.
Much to the chagrin of Star Wars fans.
Well, I mean, the issue is that so many people, like, this movie had such good reviews. And, like, people said, it was, like, somebody said Jordan Peele was, like, the best horror director, to which he said no. So
Jordan Peele agrees with us.
No, not in that sense. But, like.
I think Get Out was one of the best horror movies in a long time.
Get Out was so good. I even thought Us was such a unique idea where like there's our doppelgangers are underneath us and it was like a big experiment done by the US government. I'm still unclear, I guess, on like.
Well, that's the thing. You needed to have Jordan Peele sit down in an interview and explain it to us.
Yeah, I guess I'm still unclear on like, I don't know how it happened and like the like amount of connectedness, like tetheredness that they
And
were.
I think he does this on purpose, where he specifically doesn't explain things in the movie so that people will talk about it, as we are doing. But to me, I just think I'm going to be mean. I think that's just lazy writing. Like, you should be able to, even if you don't put it in the dialogue, you should be able to at least definitively insinuate ideas and concepts in your movies so that people watching the movie can understand them by watching the movie without having to discuss it afterwards or watch an interview with you.
Or like go search what
Shots
does
fired.
nope mean.
Right, exactly. Like this ain't like this is the same problem I have with which again you don't play, with like Kingdom Hearts and like a lot of video games and Metal Gear Solid. They all do this crap. Like, no, stop. Just put it in the movie.
Yeah, I want to leave a movie being like, I got the whole thing. Like, I don't want to leave feeling dumb, to
Or
be
like
honest.
having homework to do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind, honestly, the
Look at us.
homework
We
part.
just want to be spoon fed.
I mean, so here, an alien movie that I just watched came out in 2020. It's on Netflix. It's called The Block Island Sound. I know. What? Come on. Yeah, you don't
If
even
you say
know.
it's better than this, you're probably wrong.
So I wouldn't say it's better, but it's definitely, it scared me, and I thought the message was really interesting. So like essentially that in this alien movie, you never see the alien, right? Okay, spoilers for the Block Island Sound. But like
Okay, the Block Island Sound is rated better on
Rotten
Rotten Tomatoes. It
Tomatoes.
has a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes,
Yeah.
whereas Nope only has like an 80-something.
Wow.
So I'm wrong. You were right.
So, I mean, like, the fact that I could watch the Block Island Sound and, like, understand the message, I think really, like, helps it out. So, essentially, the message is, like, you have a marine biologist who's one of the characters, and she's explaining to her daughter, like, oh, well, we release most of our fish back into the ocean. And she's like, but what about the daughter's like, but what about the ones that don't survive? And she's like, well, those are the brave little ones that like help us learn more about their species so we can essentially help them. Right. And then like, so you have this alien species coming along, getting random specimens, from like they use a person who gets like possessed. It's like very spooky, which is the part that I really liked. And essentially the aliens are taking specimens. Some survive, some don't. And it's for the betterment of the species. Like the message is clear.
Why didn't you review that movie?
Because you didn't watch it.
Right, but you can review movies without me.
All right. Just
So Nope has the Block Island Sound has a horrible user review. So the critic review is a 90%. The user review is like a 40%.
I'm a critic now.
No, but like normal people didn't like that movie.
Yeah, well, you're all bad at things.
Normal people also didn't like Nope. It has a 69%.
Ooh, okay, so we're a normal person. Oh no.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think we'd fit in the normal people category.
Yeah.
But I stopped listening once you said Block Island.
I know,
I'm
you
such a
fell
good
asleep.
host.
Wow. We're so glad. So if anybody else saw that, like, let me know. Also, let us know what you thought about Nope. Like,
Are we dumb and wrong?
Right. Like, feel free to disagree with us, engage with us, talk with us about it.
Please explain these. Like, if there's any themes that, like, the fact that we're super white, we're not understanding, please let us know. Because I'm not seeing it. Aside from, like, don't mess with nature is that's pretty much the only theme I'm getting.
Right. That was, like, the big one, I think. But OJ does survive. So, like, I guess also.
Yeah, the siblings survive.
Yeah, so I guess also, but he, like, understands the predator. So, like, I don't know.
Don't mess with nature unless you understand the predator, which what's-his-face doesn't, and that's why he died.
Which one?
Stephen Hune.
Yeah. I mean, no, he didn't understand the predator. He just thought feeding it was enough.
And then he died.
Right. But OJ was like, well, don't look at it. Also, I would say another message in this movie is respect other people on set. I've never been on a professional set, really. Actually, I was an extra in a movie.
Wow. Famous.
I know. You guys hired me.
Bust out your SAG card.
Listen, I don't have one, unfortunately. I have never been paid professionally for a role. But, like, I mean, like, I felt bad for him when OJ went to the set and, like, nobody was respecting and listening to him.
And then he got kicked.
Well, then the
lady got
horse,
kicked.
and then the horse, she didn't. They like kicked a bucket, but then the horse freaked out because nobody was listening to the horse trainer, and then they lost a job.
But that horse survived. He didn't get eaten by the alien.
Well,
either.
what was his name?
Lucky.
That's right. Lucky.
Wow. Did we just figure out the themes?
That was it.
We did
You
it.
got to be lucky, I guess.
Anyway,
Oh.
I want to like this movie, but for some reason I don't. And Logan Paul sucks. And because he doesn't like it, I feel like I have to like it.
But again, Logan Paul, great job in wrestling.
Good job in WrestleMania. I mean, in SummerSlam. Keep doing that.
You did a good job.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that's it. Thank you for listening to For Better or Worse. If you like what you heard and want to know more, visit our website, forbetterorworse.buzzsprout.com, and subscribe to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or whatever you use so you never miss an episode. Like and subscribe to our show on YouTube so you can see what we look like and watch our cat who was absent today. What?
You're speaking very fast.
Yeah, well, because it's the end, nobody cares.
Okay.
To let us know what you think, comment, leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. It really helps the show. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, do all the things on YouTube that I don't do. See you next time when we review more movies and TV.
Bye.
Bye.